Hello, welcome again to my channel, Slanted Glasses. Today I'm going to do review for a series of comic books, Fables from 1 to 3. So basically the story is about a bunch of characters, of fairy tale characters, fables characters that are forced to go out from their homeland to our world because their homeland is invaded by a force named the adversary. So for millennia, I think it's centuries or millennia, they try to live in our world, especially in New York. There is a community, gated community, where they can live and try to be passed as regular humans, and those who cannot pass as human, I mean like the animal character, the monsters character, or the Lilliput, they are staying in a faraway farmland and magically protected. So the reason that I like these books, I mean, judging just from the first entry of it, is first they are consisting of many characters from fairy tales that we know and love. There's Cinderella, there's Beauty and the Beast, there's Snow White. I spotted one Baba Yaga there, you know, the hut with the chicken leg. While it has a sense that it is for children, it is actually not. So this is actually for adults because there's so many blood and gore. It is a very mature story about how these characters try to live their day-to-day lives, and it's not pretty. There is no clear good guys and bad guys. Everyone is gray. Everyone has some spectrum of goodness and badness in them depending on the situations they are in. So that's interesting because it feels kind of like Game of Thrones, where it's quite realistic but not really. But it's also light. Every book, at least the first three, feel like a really small story, really easy to digest. The story is clear cut. There are twists and turns. It's a middle ground between the Sandman stories and the regular fairy tale story. So the first book is dabbing in murder mysteries, and then the second book, it dabbed in a, you know, rebellion story. Those fables who live in the farm try to rebel, and it has an interesting title. It's Animal Farm. So it's actually a twist from George Orwell story about pigs who want to throw down humans, and then they become more like humans. It's not as heavy as Orwell's book. They just use the settings and they giving the title, and that's it. And then the third book is about, it's almost like a spy story with snippets of the past of some of the characters, not too much, but it truly feels that even though each book is its own story, but the more you read to the next book and then the book after, it feels that there are some arcs building up, whether it is in the story, there are centuries of struggles with the adversaries and their struggles to cover their reality in our world. There are also a personal journey of each character. They grew, they learned something. I always love the stories which the characters are growing or changing. I really enjoyed it. I always read it after work, before sleep, and it's not really needing my involvement, my emotional and intellectual involvement. I just enjoy the story. I just enjoy the pictures, and I satisfied with what I got. So if you're thinking of, I want to read some comic books that are not really heavy but also satiating your lust for adventurous story, for fairy tale story, and some mature stuff sprinkled in there, maybe these series are great for you. So this is my review. Thank you so much for your attention. Don't forget to like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Thank you very much. I'm going to do so much of this, movie reviews, book reviews in the future, and some art reviews probably. So I think we will have some great adventure together in my channel. So Slanted Glasses out.